RBX back with another video. In today's video, I'll suggest is what if Naruto was born with the Kaioken, and the like goal for this video is going to be 300 likes to get another part follow closely behind this one. So make sure to like, share the video to a friend who likes what ifs or just anime content in general. Comment your thoughts and feelings down below, as well as some what if suggestions, as I am open to hear them, and subscribe as I want to hit 5K by June and 10K by the end of the year. And with that being said, let's get into the video. So how this what if is going to make sense is if Naruto is well born with the Kaioken ability, gifted to him by the Kaioken through what we'll say was a dimensional rift in mere seconds, and as we know, the people in Dragon Ball are much faster than the people in Naruto's verse, in most cases that is. So this would be done in split seconds, as Minato and Kushina would die, saying goodbye to their son and hoping for him to be a great and splendid shinobi, as well as a great figure in society, and make them proud from the land of the dead. Naruto would then be found with a red scarlet glow emanating off of him by the third Hokage, which made him appear to have more muscle mass and strength. This also made him much heavier. This red aura would then dissipate, causing a baby Naruto to cry. Naruto would then grow up like how he did in canon, until one day he had been walking and saw a girl about his age with lavender blue-colored hair, who he had recognized as Hinata Hyuga. Naruto wouldn't stand to see people bully her, knowing what such torment felt like, and with a quick burst, he would concentrate as this same red aura from years ago had surrounded him, and he had gained an amp of sorts. Naruto would then tank some blows from the bullies. As he did this, he would start to adapt to the strain on his body, with his Uzumaki healing regen rapidly piecing his cells back together. Naruto would then tell the bullies that it's over, grabbing the first and biggest one and judo slamming him into the ground. Naruto would pant heavily, punching another in his stomach as he would twist his fist, pushing it forward and sending the bully into a tree, knocking him out. He would then look at the biggest bully, who had still been conscious, picking him up and throwing him onto the smallest of the trio. Naruto would then kick the running bully into his fellow partner as they would collide, causing them both to fall and pass out. Naruto would then stand, sweat encasing his forehead, as he would then tell Hinata that she needs to get strong to protect herself from people like them, but if she doesn't, it's okay, because he'll be there to protect her. But he can't always do that. It's not his duty. Hinata would then nod, hugging Naruto as Naruto walked away, activating his Kaioken as he realized that Hinata's, well, I guess you could call it a babysitter of sorts, was running towards Hinata, who he saw in peril due to the bullies, and Naruto didn't want to cause an altercation. The Kaioken would speed up his travel home as he fell asleep in his bed, exhausted from the strain that the technique had put him under. Naruto would then wake up the next day, trying to gain further insight into the ability that had boosted his power exponentially. Naruto, for the first time, would go to the library at the age of 8, asking the librarian if she had knew anything about a technique that offers you power boost. The librarian would think hard, telling Naruto that there is a legendary technique that the gods themselves have bestowed upon reincarnations of 2 legendary figures very long ago, 2 of which were the first Hokage and Madara, Uchiha. A reddish aura that was able to boost the power of the user by exponential amounts. The more levels of it obtained, the book that the 2 rivals had written on the technique explains it much better. But that's a synopsis of it for you, the librarian would remark, grabbing the book from a sort of vault of hidden books, as he would then read the blue and red book. It would read, "If you are reading this book, you most likely have the Kaioken, a technique that allows you to stack multipliers on top of your base power. If used repeatedly and overused, it can strain the body entirely, causing you to die. That is why the Senju and Uchiha were usually gifted this technique, due to the Senju's strong life force and the Uchiha's drive. It would also say that once mastered, the move has barely any strain, and can be stacked upon certain transformations, like the Susanoo and or the Biju chakra. But just note, the more you stack the Kaioken, examples, times 2, times 4, times 10, etc., you become more ruthless and malice. That's what drove Madara Uchiha away. You are also not prone to listening to reason from those who you are in battle with. Naruto would then close the book, thanking the librarian as he ran out of the library abruptly. Naruto would then fight in a heavily foliaged area, practicing with the book at hand on how to access greater levels and to master the technique. Naruto would train so hard that at times he would even leave on Kaioken ×2 while he slept to limit the strain and effects of the Kaioken after overuse. As we now have a time skip of 4 years, and Naruto in these 4 years had well trained with Sasuke. How this had came about was through Sasuke realizing that Naruto had surpassed him, accessing the Kaioken through rage, and if you're wondering why such things would be possible, it's due to the Kaioken not having the same ways to activate as in the Dragon Ball verse. Anyhow, Naruto would then sense that somebody else had this technique, as he and Sasuke would then train from there on, mastering the Kaioken together and gaining power as well as a friendship along the way. Naruto would also pick up a blade, a sort of Tontos of sorts, that he was able to use in tandem with the technique, the Kaioken that is, as well as Naruto and Sasuke creating a technique called Great Kyle Sphere. Basically, this attack works in a similar fashion to the mini Spirit Bomb in another combination attack called Great Kyle Wave, which acts in a way similar to the Kamehameha, as they can use these moves separately, but together, when they use these attacks, it makes the attacks much stronger. In this timeline, Naruto was still persuaded by Mizuki to steal the scroll, but in the end, he sees through Mizuki's scummish plan, ending it right there and then as he would copy down a few jutsu and put back the scroll, fooling Mizuki with a rock substitution, or transformation. Mizuki would then be enraged, attacking Naruto. Naruto in his base form isn't too powerful, but with his Kaioken, he is easily Kage level. Naruto would then activate his Kaioken ×3, breathing in the fresh trees air and the oxygen that it let off. Naruto would breathe, sensing that Mizuki's demeanor had changed after Naruto had transformed into the Kaioken. Naruto would then go even further into the Kaioken ×5, having a strong desire to protect Iruka, his sensei. Mizuki, I'll make your death quick and elegant. Naruto would then charge at Mizuki, spin kicking him. This spin kick would be light enough so that he didn't lose any teeth, but still would bleed from his mouth. Naruto would then charge up chakra in his palm as it fused with the Kaioken, creating a move Naruto calls Kaioken Fist. Naruto would then punch Mizuki with this attack as the chakra in his hand would expand, leaving his middle body empty. Naruto would then smirk, seeing your expression go from happy to despair. Well, there's nothing that makes me happier. But I'm not done yet, you traitorous scum. Naruto would then jump, kicking Mizuki forward with his right leg and cutting into Mizuki as he unsheathed his blade. Mizuki would then fall to the ground with Naruto stomping on him. I hate people who betray me or my village, as he would then kill Mizuki. Naruto would walk past a shocked Iruka, who couldn't bear to watch Naruto anymore and saw Naruto in a completely different light. Naruto would say this as he walked over to the Hokage's office, debriefing him on the situation. Hiruzen's leeway would allow him, or Naruto, to be put on a Team 7 with Sakura and Sasuke. They would then do their introductions, and they stay the same as in canon, except for Sasuke and Naruto saying that they like training together, and they are like, well, I guess you could say they like ramen, as it gives you a exponential amount of carbohydrates, which are great for training. The next day, they would be explained the rules of the bell test and told not to eat before the next day. Bell test. Naruto and Sasuke would look at each other, leaping for the bells. Kakashi saw this coming, dodging out of the way as he kicked them both on their heads, setting them down to the ground, disappearing from their vision and in front of Sakura. Kakashi would then ask if Sakura would attack him, with Sakura standing up and charging at Kakashi with a kunai in hand. Kakashi would then grab Sakura's kunai, putting it to his own throat. "Kill me!" Kakashi would utter from the cusp of his lips. As Sakura couldn't do it, Kakashi would then push the kunai to her throat. "One of the ninja rules is never letting your guard down. Looks like you disobeyed it." Sakura would then yell out that she'll hurt him for embarrassing her like that. Pulling back a punch, Kakashi would dodge with ease, kicking Sakura away. "Boys can't hit girls. It's not allowed," Sakura would tell Kakashi. Kakashi would then tell Sakura that maybe in her academy years, but in the ninja world, there is no such regulations. Girls like you are killed like flies, and all the time on the battlefield, let alone hurt. Kakashi would be so hard on Sakura because he could tell that she was the weakest and that she had relied on her teammates too heavily. Sakura would then stand yet again, pulling back another punch. Kakashi would then gut punch Sakura before she could land the blow. "You made the same mistake 3 times, attacking me, a Jonin, 3 times head on. Not once did you use any strategy that would give you a chance against a Jonin, besides holding a kunai, which you didn't dare use and have the guts to." Kakashi's Sharingan would then activate, putting Sakura under a Genjutsu, where she was put on a mission seeing her teammates die, and in this Genjutsu, she would give up, trying, but in the end, she had still given up. Kakashi would then undo the Genjutsu, telling Sakura that she's the worst student he's ever encountered. Naruto would then activate his Kaioken, with Sasuke doing the same. Kakashi would be perplexed at this odd and peculiar transformation and/or technique appearing in front of them. Kakashi would then ask them where they had learned the transformation, with Naruto saying that they were born with the technique. A technique of that caliber. That's something on the level of the gates, let alone whatever this is. Though it doesn't seem as powerful as the gates, Kakashi would remark. Naruto would then say that this technique is much stronger than whatever gates you're talking about, not knowing the true extent of the gate's power, but going for it anyways. He would then go into Kaioken times 10, with Sasuke going into Kaioken times 5, launching towards Kakashi as they locked fist. Sasuke would then appear behind Kakashi, pulling back a punch, with Naruto jumping above Kakashi. Sasuke's punch would then connect with Kakashi, who was able to tank this attack with the first gate of opening. And just a side note, Kakashi does have the 8 gates, but only the first gate, due to the fact that even the 8 gates were too hard for a prodigy like Kakashi, even with the Sharingan, to master. Because I got a lot of comments on a few other videos saying that Kakashi doesn't have the gates, but in fact he does. Kakashi would then stand up, dusting himself off. The first gate wasn't able to tank all the damage. I guess you were right. Maybe this Kaioken thing is stronger than the gates, at least the first one. And they're getting, this is a once-in-a-generation achievement. Naruto and Sasuke would then double-kick Kakashi, who would block, throwing them forward. Sasuke would then launch an Uchiha-style Great Fireball Jutsu, which Naruto would slice through, sending small burst of flames towards Kakashi. Naruto and Sasuke would then tell Kakashi that they're not done yet. Naruto and Sasuke would then both power up into Kaioken times 20 in tandem, the most they could do without going out of control, charging up a great Kaio wave. Kakashi would then realize the insane amount of chakra and power built up in the attack, revealing his Sharingan. This would anger Sasuke for some apparent and odd reason, adding more power to the attack. Kakashi would then activate his Chidori, charging it as he gained speed. He would then throw a kunai into the blast. Unfortunately for Kakashi, the kunai had complete. This blast would then come towards Kakashi, who would try to use the Chidori to block it, pushing his arm forward, slowly falling back due to the sheer power of the wave. Kakashi would then fly back as the wave completely connected with his body. Kakashi would then see Sasuke and Naruto run towards him before passing out. Naruto and Sasuke would then take the bells from Kakashi, taking him to the hospital as Sakura followed closely behind them. Naruto and Sasuke would then watch as Kakashi woke up. Sasuke and Naruto would then tell Sakura to leave the room. As she did this, Sasuke would bow to Kakashi, telling him that he was sorry. He had gone into a blind rage, seeing the Sharingan being possessed in the hands of someone who had not been a part of the Uchiha bloodline from his knowledge. Kakashi would then tell Sasuke that it's okay, and that he and Naruto passed. They would then ask About the Sharingan. How had he attained it? Was he an Uchiha or a descendant of the clan? Oh, about that. A long time ago, my father had died. After I went on a mission with my best friend Obito Uchiha. Obito Uchiha, a few months later, had gifted me a Sharingan after an incident. Sasuke would be surprised. Uchiha giving up his very own eyes? Why didn't he give both? Sasuke would ask. His other eye was crushed under a boulder that I was unfortunately at that time unable to remove. Maybe even now, Kakashi looked at his hands. Maybe even now I wouldn't be able to do it. But he Kakashi would start to cry. He sacrificed his life for me and Rin, my teammate, and even Minato, our sensei. He wasn't fast enough to save Obito. Kakashi would start to go into a rampant tear driver as she would start to cry, reconciling Obito. In that moment, Sasuke would realize just how great of a figure Kakashi was and what he had done in this world. It says that you've copied 1,000 ninjutsu. Is that true? Yeah, with these eyes that I was gifted by Obito Uchiha. Well, what about Sakura? Does she pass too? Well, yes, she does pass. Though I will have to train her personally, as she isn't too strong at the moment, and her will is pathetic for a Genin. But you two show definite promise. Naruto and Sasuke would nod, and with a quick bow to their sensei, they would leave the room, taking on some D-rank missions, speeding this process up with the Kaioken. Sakura would also go on D-rank missions until Team 7 would request a C-rank mission, traveling to the Land of Waves. Naruto and Sasuke would then spot a peculiar puddle. Naruto and Sasuke would be able to sense the sheer bloodlust coming off of the demon brothers who were inside of this puddle, something that they had inferred and hypothesized, as they would then use the Kaioken to kill them in split seconds before they could even escape the puddle. And taking note at the fact that they were most likely after Tazuna, a few hours after they would arrive at the bridge, seeing four figures, Haki, Yuki, who have added into the story as Haku's brother, Toka, Momochi, Zabuza's sister, who will also be adding into the timeline, and Zabuza Momochi, who had all four attempted the coup d'etat, and in a way they had all been related due to just Zabuza being a sort of father figure and Toka being a sort of mother figure, as Zabuza and Toka have about 2 years apart from each other, and Haku and Haki are the youngest of them, serving mostly in espionage and deception as well as assassination, with Zabuza and Toka taking on the high-class missions where there's a lot of fighting involved. So Haku and Haki, well, they weren't used to the missions that Zabuza and Toka went on, so Zabuza had brought them along just to see where they were and to basically get them strong enough to go on these type of missions regularly, as well as the espionage and assassination missions. Anyhow, this was what if Naruto was born with the Kaioken, and the like goal for this video is 300 to 350 likes-ish, so make sure to like, share the video to a friend who likes what ifs, or just anime content in general. Comment your thoughts and feelings down below. Tell me how you liked the video, maybe even out of 10, it depends how you feel, and just do that for me, as well as maybe checking out my Discord server down below, and subscribing, as I have the goal of hitting 5K by June and 10K by the end of the year. It's just a bit of a goal of mine that I'm trying to accomplish. And with that being said, Rami X loves you all, and Rami X out.